I believe your students will enjoy your
All right.
your
I
training.
believe so too.
Alright.
Especially Mr. Eric is very inquisitive.
Alright, no problem. Okay, so now we are going to call on the next instructor, which is Mr. Our next instructor for UI UX and product design, Mr. Jamil is already present here. So this session, I believe, also should be brief. So we'll be able to have the last session for today on data analytics and business analytics. Okay. So Mr. Jamil, can you say hi to the people listening?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name
Good
is Olatinwo Jamil Ayola. I'm your UI UX designer instructor. I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm very happy to meet you, everyone here.
All right. So without wasting much of our time, we'll go into what we have for. I believe there are persons present here that are interested in UI UX design. So this session is for you. So, Mr. Jamil, can you just briefly, very briefly, share with us your background experience in UI UX or product design so far?
Thank you, sir. As I've told you, my name is Jamil Olatinwo Ayola. You can call me Ayola or Jamil, anyone you prefer. I am a graduate of the marketing. I developed an interest in design. I started my design from graphics before I joined product design. Product design is a combination of UI UX. A UI UX is UI is an interface. It means user interface, while the UX is a user experience. I have this experience in both. This year will be 3 years of my experience in designing mobile app and desktop for designing for the usability of users and their experience. So I also have experience in HTML and CSS. I'm a part of training in the 3MTT Lagos of Nigeria. So I also partake in the training of Lagos State web development, where I learned how to use Visual Studio Code and Adobe Dreamweaver to design for the interface. So I can call myself a front-end designer and a UI UX designer. Thank you, sir.
All right. So perfect. Now that is to say, the persons I have experience in UI UX and product design, designing of mobile application and web applications. That is the interface of mobile and web applications. All right, that's fine. So the third question I have before I open the room for, okay, Mr. John, you are raising up your hand. Is it a question?
Yeah, it's a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I can understand. For me, I'm not a developer, so I can understand. I can't understand the difference between a front-end developer and the back-end developer or full stack, and the UI and the UX. It looks like a similar. What's the difference?
Okay.
Okay. The difference between the developer and the UI UX is not much. The product I said UI UX. When I talk of UI UX, we are talking of those that are in charge of user experience. They are the one to make a proper research on the users. You know, when designing, you don't just design for yourself as a UI UX. You don't just design for yourself. You want to design for the people who are using your mobile application. The first thing to do in UI UX is to make a research. Look for people who use your product. Ask them how they are using, what their experience so far in using your product since they have been using it. So when you make a research, then you can come back and sit down, take the analysis of their questions and answers, and use it on your product. So when you design finish, you are going to come back to them and ask them and use it again. So the difference between before the developer can start coding the UI UX work. So after designing on the from the UI UX, we are going to transfer the work to the developer to design, to code the design for us. So we are like designing everything for them. We make their work too easy before they can go to their coding stuff.
Okay, so in essence, UI UX is all about making a prototype of a product or a mobile application or a web application, just a prototype. So it is that prototype that the developer, the front-end web developer or the full stack web developer now takes to implement using coding. I believe that is
yes.
Exactly. So UI UX, like the Mr. John was asking, is about developing a prototype. Before a developer starts coding a mobile app or start coding a website, he needs a reference, he needs a prototype. And that prototype is being done by the UI UX designer. So it is that prototype. Of course, the UI UX designer, as the instructor said, must have made research on how users can be able to enjoy the app, how the navigations will be, where the buttons will be, where the menu will be, and everything. So after all that is done, the developer work is easy. He will just implement what the UI UX designer has done.
Yeah, thank you. Got it. Thank you.
All right. So now, to the third question I have right here, we're going to be brief with this session because we are going to go straight to the data analytics session immediately. Okay, so Mr. Tobias Felix, you are raising up your hand. Is it a question?
Yes. Hi, my name is Felix from Kenya. I'm asking about. I've heard about you talk about the UI UX and the full stack development. Is it possible for someone to do both? Because I was hearing the lecturer talk about the UI UX designer developing a prototype and then the designers coming to code and bring it live. Is it possible that someone does both? Because I'm interested in both.
Yes, I think that question will be best answered by me. It is we always say these tech courses, right? They are tasking, very tasking, right? Tasking in the sense that there's a lot of work that you're going to do. You're going to be doing assessments weekly. You're going to be doing projects. So if you combine two, full stack and UI UX, it is not going to be that easy, except maybe especially when you have another job that you're doing, maybe a business or a job. All right, so it is going to be task. So we advise you to actually take one at a time. You understand? So if you are willing to get into development in general, all right, you are willing to know everything about development from the beginning, from developing prototypes to the end results. All right, then it is going to be ideal to start with UI UX design. All right, so if you are willing to get to the end, then front-end web web development follows. Then full stack web development follows, which is just the addition of backend web development. You understand? But of course, web development is a career on its own. UI UX design is a career on its own. They are independent of each other. It's just that they work together. So if you are willing to get to know everything from prototype to end result, then you start with UI UX. But if you just want to start developing apps, real-time apps that people can use, then you have to start with front-end web development. All right? That's it. So I don't know if that question was answered. All right. Okay. So any other questions from anybody before I go ahead with my questions for the instructor? Okay, let me go ahead. Now, the third question I have, what are the career opportunities or job opportunities available for persons that are going into UI UX or product design career?
The career opportunities that are available for anyone that wants to venture into UI UX design or product design. It starts from UI designer. As I've said earlier, UI designer they want to design the interface. It is user interface. We call them user interface. They are the one to design everything, like from button, how it look, to make it intuitive for the user's experience. And another career opportunity that is there is UX designer. As I've said earlier about UX designer, they are the one in charge of user research, make a research for the designer to use. Another one is product designer. They are the one they do both UI and the UX together. Another one is UX researcher. As I've said earlier about UX researcher, we also have interaction designer. We have visual designer, information architect. Information architect, we are going to do it in our 3 months bootcamp. And all this, I've said earlier, design system, we are going to design system for our design, mobile and desktop design. UX writer, we also have UX writer. They are the one to write the content for each of the space that is on the design. We also have a usability analyst. This usability analyst, their work is to go out there after we have launched the product, the prototype, to ask the users how did they use the product, what's their problem, what the pain points from the users. They come back and analyze it and readjust the design for the users again. So many of these roles can be specialized or blended depending on the size and need of the organization. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Okay, sorry, my voice was on mute. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right. So now the second to the last question I have, UI UX design. I believe a beginner can go into it. So we want to know if there's any foundational skills or knowledge that is required for persons that are going into UI UX or product design. Is there any foundational knowledge or skill that they should have, or any beginner can actually do it?
Yes, any beginner can do it. Especially when I started with Zuri International. I didn't even know that anything. I don't even know anything like called Figma or anything Adobe XD. So we started from scratch. We started from scratch. They design for us, they group us, and they monitor us as we are doing it. So I can see that the foundational skills and knowledge that they should have to succeed in this project is to have the empathy and the
Okay.
user-centered thinking. They should also have the basic knowledge of design principles, like someone now that all have knowledge about graphics design. So such person can also have the knowledge of product design. So another one is having basic knowledge of design principles. I have said that, like layout, color, typography, and so on and so forth. They should also have the knowledge about wireframing and prototyping. We are going to do all this while we are doing our 3-month boot camp. Even in our 3 days boot camp next week that is coming, we are going to do it. So I will show you how you can design from scratch to advance.
Okay, so perfect. All right, so basically any beginner can actually go into UI UX design career.
Yes.
All right, because you are going to start learning from scratch. So all the things you just mentioned, typography, color theory, and all the foundations will be taught in the course of the training. All right. So of course, definitely any person that is going into any of these tech skills must have a laptop. That is the first thing. Must have a laptop. The first requirement, and then a very strong willingness to continue and to finish your journey. All right. So those are the two things basically that you need: a laptop and a strong will to learn. All right. So that is it about that. Now, the last question for students that are, because I know that 3 months, like I said earlier during the last session we were having, the 3 months is a step forward into your journey to become whatever tech expert that you are interested in. All right. So beyond the 3 months, what lies ahead? What are the steps that students should take to continue progressing in the journey of UI UX and product design?
Oh, yes. In what students can continue learning on UI UX or product design, for anyone that want to further their learning, I will advise them to take structured courses on the platform like Coursera, learning on interaction design foundation, or Google UX design. They can also sign up for Udemy. They will see different courses on Udemy about UI UX design. They should also find a mentor or to join design community where they can find an inspiration, learn more about UI UX, etc. They should also document their design process and publish case study for the HR. Yeah.
Okay, so perfect. Okay, so basically what we can understand is beyond the 3 months, the learning never stops, right? You have to continue building projects and putting them in your portfolio. All right, putting them in your portfolio. So the learning journey never stops. So you have to continue learning. Now, I believe the software that we're going to be using is Figma, right? Figma software. I believe
Yes,
so. All right. So for
yes.
for persons that are interested in this UI UX design, we're going to be installing or sending to you the Figma software for free. All right. So you can install it in your laptop, or we'll guide you through the installation process before the commencement of the tech camp. All right. So like I said earlier, if you are, I've already posted the form, Google form in the group, and I'm going to post it again maybe tomorrow. So any persons that are interested in UI UX design can fill in the form, and then we are going to contact you for the software installation and the preparations for the tech camp. So we've run out of time for this session. So I don't know if there's any questions that any person is having relating to this session. Mr. Nicholas.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay. So I have a question relating to somebody who's just getting started with UI and UX designing. Obviously, I think they've advised of saying you need some simple basics when you're just getting started. But I also wanted to find out if the time that you're getting started, is it mandatory for you to learn about coding, like for instance the CSS, maybe HTML? Do you need those equipments for you to just get yourself in the field of UI UX?
No, you don't need learn that, but you, after you have learned everything in UI UX, you can now decide that maybe in future, because most industry usually request that you should have little basic knowledge from HTML and CSS in order to communicate with the developer.
Okay, so basically that means it is not necessary to learn HTML and CSS, but it is an advantage if you know it for easy communication with developers.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so that's it. So to start, you don't need the knowledge, but after you have done with UI UX design, you can proceed to have at least some basics here and there on HTML, because the developers does not know Figma. The developers doesn't know wireframing. They don't know what research. They don't know all those stuff. What they know is coding. So if you also know CSS and HTML, you'll be able to speak the same language with the developer, and it will be easy for the both parties to understand each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Another question is Figma a CMS as well? Is it a content management system, or it's different
No,
from that?
Figma is a software. Figma is a software, just like for video. The last session we had video editing, we talked about Premiere Pro. So Premiere Pro is also a desktop software like that you can use. Yes.
All right.
So I'm going to send in the curriculum as well for UI UX design, so we can know what we are going to be learning in the course of the 3 months bootcamp. But I believe it's going to be a lot of learning and learning. Yeah, so just have to stay tuned. So any other questions? Our data analytics and business analytics instructor is not here yet, and I believe he's going to be here in the next 30 minutes. So I don't know how we're going to do it, whether we're going to wait or we're going to go and come back. What do you guys suggest? In the next 30 minutes, so in the next 30 minutes from now.
Better you can continue and then we finalize once for all.
You said?
Better you can continue and then we finalize once for all.
It's better we continue, right? All right, that's
Yes. Without a break.
it's better to continue. Okay. So we'll just hold on a little, and Wait, so exactly by where I am.
I'm free to go.
Okay, Mr. Jamil, you're saying something.
Yeah, am I free to go, sir?
If there's no other questions for UI UX, I think you're free to go.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Tegon,
Yes, Mr.
yeah,
Nicholas.
so I've actually come to think of it. While we're waiting for the other lecturer to come in, you had advice of saying you'll be able to share Figma so that we can install it. Is it okay we do it now? Or maybe we do it.
Yes, that is if
I'm requesting.
okay.
I'm requesting
Mr.
something.
Okay.
We can finish and then we come back after the 30 minutes.
Okay, you're suggesting
Probably if you would then what is the next session about so that we can know it and prepare our questions, and then we come back after
the
30
next
minutes.
session. Okay, the next session is on data analytics and business analytics.
Okay.
Okay.
It is all right
Yes,
then.
that is another. Yes, that is another course on its own. Remember, the purpose of these sessions is to give clarity to all the courses, on all the courses, so you can know the one that best suits your interest. So business analytics and data analytics basically is different from UI UX design, of course, obviously. So I don't want to go into talking about it because I want the instructor to do that by.
I have a question about this the UX UI.
Okay,
Okay.
continue.
It's about product designing, isn't it?
Sir?
You said it's about product design, right?
Yes.
Sir, am I clear? I'm saying this is about product design.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
sir.
are clear about product
Yeah,
design.
Okay. Are we talking about digital products or physical products? That's my question, sir.
We are going to design a digital product like SaaS on the SaaS website. We are going to be designing them for mobile and the desktop.
Oh, we are designing SaaS. That means we're designing systems for companies, right?
Yes. As our project, we are going to design it.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay,
and when
so
are these courses beginning officially?
Yeah, the courses are beginning first week of June.
First week of June.
Yes.
On which platform, sir?
They are going to be on Google Meet. So what will happen is when I'm going to send the form again to the group. All right.
Okay.
So you just have to fill the form and indicate the course you are interested in. If it is UI UX you are interested in, indicate it. So when you indicate it, we are going to send you a message with the software so that you can get it installed in your computer. Okay. Yes.
Sir.
So we have to do that most likely by next week because the course is commencing first week of June. All right.
Oh, after next week, because this month is ending next week.
This month is ending next week. Yes. Next week or next 2
Okay.
weeks. This month is ending next 2 weeks.
Okay. And then any cost implication?
Yes, the costs have been posted in the group, but I can still post it here again. I can still say the cost depends on the country where you are. What country are you speaking from?
From Uganda.
Okay, in Uganda it is 150,000 UGX, Ugandan shillings. So I'll give all the information about the courses and their prices in the group, so you can check the group always. If you are not in the group, you can message me and I'll send you the link to the group. So they including the curriculum, because the curriculum will also be posted in the group. You need to see the curriculum to see the contents of the course, the prices and everything.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. So that is it. So some people are suggesting that we wait for 30 minutes for the data analytics instructor.
Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait for 30 minutes then. Let's take break.
Okay, let's take a break. Okay, you can call it a break. That's very good.
So
Before we break, sir.
8:30
Yes,
will be back.
Mr. Tobias.
Yes, is the instructor for UI UX still in? I have a question for him.
Mr. Jamil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's still in.
Okay, sorry for interrupting when we were just about to break. So recently, where I work for a company, and they advertised for a position. It was called Product Support Specialist for Android, and they wanted someone with basic CSS knowledge and basic HTML, which I do. So I don't know what's about this product support specialist. Is it also part of UI UX, because it's an entry level role, and they say they don't want someone with an experience, provided you are enthusiastic and you're really vigorous. You can really, they can really look up to that. So maybe if you can elaborate briefly so that I can just know what it entails.
When we talk of product specialist, we are talking about someone that has knowledge on product design and product management, and a little knowledge on web development like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So it's like it's combination of everything. Like a product management now, yes, a product management, such person must understand the work of developer, the work of products designer, the work of architecture design, and such anything in design. Such person must have knowledge about it. So that's a product specialist. Am I correct? Hello?
Mr. Tobias, are you still there? So
Yes, yes,
basically,
I'm getting you.
all right. So basically, a product designer has knowledge of um, product design and UI UX design. So that is what I believe the instructor is saying. So, but in the course, we are combining the two skills in one course. All right, the knowledge of UI UX design, which is basically um, designing the prototypes of um, web applications and mobile applications, and then product design, which of course includes the design of product. I don't know if I'm correct, but the design of all these stickers or branding that you see on nylons. Maybe you go to a supermarket and you go to buy something and they give you a branded paper bag. I don't know if you've seen such kind of things. Branded
Yes,
paper
yes.
bag. So that is actually a product design. So you actually do that with Figma before you either print out your design or brand your paper bag or your nylon or whatever it is. Your cap. You've seen brands that have their names written on their cap. That is product design. This shirt I'm wearing here, you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a Pagan Academy logo written here on my chest. That is, I believe, is product design. So you have to do that with this. You learn how to do all this stuff with the software, and then before you print them out or you brand your stuff. And Mr. Jami, I don't know if I'm correct.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So that product design specialist that you are talking about, I believe is somebody that has a knowledge of product design as well as UI UX design at once. Sorry, let me take this call. sorry. So it is a data analytics instructor that just called now. So he's available. So he's going to join the session very soon. So Mr. Tobias, I don't know if your question was answered.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. So okay. So I think I can see okay, somebody was asking, to do UI UX design, does one supposed to have to be able to design websites or be a developer? Mr. Kituka, unfortunately, I don't think he. Okay, he's still here. Mr.
I
Kituka.
think I answered on the chat also.
Okay, you saw the question. Okay, so the
Yeah.
question has already been answered, right? So you don't have to be a web designer to start UI UX design. All right, but as you finish UI UX design, you can have still have the knowledge of web development for the sake of proper communication with the front-end developer that is going to be working on your project. All right, so that's basically all about UI UX design.